One aspect of religion is the sense that there is a dimension of reality that lies outside the ordinary everyday human world, but that has a significant impact on it. The idea of dual worlds might come from the fact that people see themselves separately from their bodies, that we inhabit our bodies, but we are not really a part of our bodies. If the soul can be separate from the body, then it may need another place to inhabit if not housed in human form. The idea varies enormously in terms of how the world is understood, how it is inhabited, and in the degree to which it affects the ordinary human world. But whatever form it takes, this kind of belief lies at the core of religion and belief systems. There are lots of ways to talk about and classify the beings who inhabit other worlds, but the easiest way is to think in terms of two cross-cultural continua. One considers whether these beings affect humans in a good or bad way, and so they range from positive to negative. The other continuum measures their degree of independence from humans, or how closely connected they are to human life. If we consider the extremes of this scheme, that gives us positive independent beings, positive dependent beings, negative independent beings, and negative dependent beings. Of course, there is a wide range of variation in between these ends, but some examples give us a place to start. In the first group, positive independent, we might think of spirits or deities who want good things for people as a whole, but who have a separate existence from them. A classic example is most creator figures, the God of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, as well as other deities such as the goddess figure, common in modern pagan religions such as Wicca, or the animal spirits that provide spirit guides or helpers in some Native American religions. At the other end would be negative independent beings. This would include the counterpart to the Christian god Satan, as well as malevolent spirits who seem to exist solely to plague humanity. These may be brought into work against humans, but they still have a fundamentally independent existence. The other group would be the dependent beings, who can be thought of as aspects of humans or even former humans. An example of the former, that are negatively disposed, would be among the Kalali of Papua New Guinea, where illness was attributed to the actions of the spirit aspect of a person that left the body at night, called a saya. The saya caused harm in the other world, often by mutilating the ordinary spirit aspect of another person, which could then cause sickness and death in this world. Another example would be ancestor spirits who are not happy about being dead, and must be encouraged to go to the next world. In some cultures, the possession of the dead are destroyed because if they aren't, the dead spirits will remain attracted to this world and cause havoc for the living. Destroying their possessions facilitates their separation from this world. The Japanese Mizuko Kuro is a belief that the spirit of a dead child will cause sickness in this world if it is not appeased by ritual. However, not all ancestor spirits are ill-disposed toward the living. In traditional Chinese religion, ancestors are happy to work on behalf of their descendants if those descendants perform the rituals correctly so that they won't be forgotten. Between these extremes, of course, there are many variations. Returning to the Kalali, they believe in a group of spirits called Mamiro, which are right down the middle of both continua. They live in the other world, which exists as a kind of different dimension alongside the interwoven world of ours. And they live with their lives much as humans do. They are not dependent on humans, and humans don't worship or attempt to appease them. But in the course of their normal lives, Mamiols sometimes do things such as hunt, and in that process they can cause the death of a human by killing their spirit aspect, which appears as a pig in their world. The reverse can also happen with humans accidentally killing Mamiols. It's nothing that either side can do anything about, since there is no way to know whether or not a pig is also a spirit, or just a pig. Neither side intends bad or good to the other, but their actions can have significant effects on both. Trickster figures would also fit somewhere in the middle of the continua. Beings like Coyote among some Native American religions or Loki of traditional Scandinavian religion are neither bad or good, but their actions can affect the lives of individual humans. Similarly, the spirits of voodoo, the Loa, who possess humans on ritual occasions, are invited to do so because in exchange for enjoying human things like company, food, and alcohol, the spirits can give advice or provide insight into important problems for their human hosts. They too have neither inherently good or bad intentions toward humans. It all depends on how humans treat them. These are only some of the multitude of non-human beings who inhabit the non-human world that are important parts of many religions. They provide explanations for things that are otherwise difficult to understand, and ways of interacting with the world that allows us to have some influence on how our lives are lived. Whether or not they are thought to exist in any objective sense, they provide meaning for humans who believe in them, and so contribute to a more satisfying cultural experience of their world. From an anthropological perspective, therefore, they are an important window into how that world is seen and experienced through the medium of religion.